I feel like as long as you're being smart about going back, and you're not just going back because you're lonely. You're not just going back because everyone else is doing it, and you're not just going back because you're scared. You're scared of finding what you deserve. Because I think there is a fear of finding what you deserve, because that means you have to let go of what you're used to that you don't deserve, and people are scared. You're scared of stuff like that.
Yeah. It's time for Madness with Maz.
So guys, what's been going on a lot. Well, love's in the air. That's definitely going on.
I had a spin the block season.
Listen, yeah, like Adeola saying, it's like spin the block season. Love's in the air. Summer's over. It's inside now. But a very favourite couple, popular couple, it couple, Maya, Jama, and Stormzy have been spotted in Greece together, and allegedly Stormzy and Maya Jama are back together. Like, they were spotted in Greece, and they haven't confirmed it, but it's alleged, yeah? So everyone's happy, because I feel like everyone really likes Stormzy and Maya. I love Stormzy and Maya, but what the streets are saying is like, oh, it's like, just because Stormzy and Maya have got back together doesn't mean you need to go and run back to your ex. And then another hot topic that links to that is Keke and her man. I don't know his name, but Keke Palmer. Remember we had an episode talking about that situation with them online and her dress.
So did they break up after that situation?
Well, it seemed they unfollowed each other. So
now they're back together.
Well, they posted a video together, and it was just like normal. And then people were like, "This is why you don't take the paracetamol for someone else's headache," because people were really going in, and look, now everything's fine for them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? And do you think that what do you think about going back to your ex?
I think it depends. So, like sometimes you can leave an ex, is it called amicably?
Yeah.
And it's like they didn't do anything scarring, or like, like there's just some things you could just never forgive someone for. I can forgive you, but it can never be that again. Maybe sometimes I feel like the disrespect was too much. Then no, but sometimes what I don't agree is like I feel like sometimes some people just look for a reason to spin the block. Like, oh my God, everyone else is spinning the block. Let me go back to my toxic ex where you wasn't even happy anyway. Yeah. But you're just using it as an example, like, oh my gosh, well, everyone else is doing it. Like, let me just use it as an example. But you didn't even really give yourself a chance to see what else is out there. I feel like Stormzy's been begging for Maya back so loudly. Yeah. And Maya has actually, you could tell she's focused on her career. Yeah. She did date other people.
She got engaged as well.
Yeah, they got engaged. Yeah. And we actually don't know why they broke up anyway. Yeah. But Stormzy was always so loud with how much, he wanted her back, and he misses her, and she was the best thing ever.
Ooh. Do you know what's so crazy? Yeah. So I've seen another public breakup, and then they got back together. So do you know Zara and Sam, right?
Oh,
yeah, that for
she
me,
was very loud about it too.
She was loud about it. She didn't care not how stupid she looked, but she didn't care what people thought of her or how she would look. Just trying to get Sam back, and they got back together, and they're better. They're better, and I think it all depends on obviously your relationship. Yeah, it depends on you, and also like what change will there actually be actual change in the relationship and growth. And I think like with Maya and Stormzy, like I don't know the time frame to the T, but I think it's about 2.5 to 3 years they've been not together for. And in that era, like we've literally watched Maya just like she's just done so well. She's gonna keep doing well. Even Stormzy, I feel like he's just an icon. I feel like they've just become the best versions of them individually without each other. They've done what they need to do, and that time apart, because it's been years, it's been time, and that time apart has allowed them to grow. Really, maybe I don't know obviously the ins and outs, but from what I think, they've had time to grow, they've had time to really like work on themselves and the relationship. And one thing I do like is, even though we knew they broke up, we still to this day don't know why. So I think it doesn't leave much room to judge her for going back to him. We don't know what he done, or if he done anything. We don't know what went down. I think that was a very smart and good move to do, because once everyone knows what the issue is, like if you compare it to Keke and her man, it was very messy. It was like so broadcasted. We know there was an issue and what the issue was. Now that's why people just be like,
gives room for people to start adding their two pence that, I don't think you should have gone back.
Yeah, and then if something does happen again, they like, have something. This is why. Yeah. So that was interesting.
What do you think about Spin the Block season?
I get why people would do it, because I've always been such a sometimes the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know kind of person. And I would get why people will go back to their ex, especially if the relationship wasn't even that bad. If it was maybe things they could have worked on, it wasn't the right time, maybe you two weren't whole as individuals before you met each other. Because I am an advert. I'm definitely believe that right person. You could actually be the right person, but wrong time. Like, it's not your time to be in a relationship. It's not their time to be in a relationship. But that is definitely someone that's made for you. So yeah, I'll get it. But I feel like as long as you're being smart about going back, and you're not just going back because you're lonely. You're not just going back because everyone else is doing it, and you're not just going back because you're scared. You're scared of finding what you deserve. Because I think there is a fear of finding what you deserve, because that means you have to let go of what you're used to that you don't deserve, and people are scared. You're scared of stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
But have you ever done the what's it called?
Span the block.
Span the block.
No, I've only done it once, but it wasn't like an ex. It was more like good time.
Yeah.
Like, I have a good time with you. We was never really together anyway. And I'm in that era where I just want to spin the block and have another good time.
Yeah.
But not relationship wise.
Not relationship wise. Yeah.
What about you?
I've spun the block before, and yeah, it was alright. Like, you go back to a relationship and you try and make it work. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And yeah, you have to always outweigh, I think, like, was the good better than the bad? Like, if the good was better than the bad, and the bad wasn't even that bad, then I feel like nothing's wrong with owning yourself the chance to see what could be now that it's been like 2 years, it's been 3 years. And do you know what I mean? Sometimes you fall out in love and then you fall back in love. And then that back in love, you fall back in love with a better version of that person you fell out of love in. So it can always work for you. But yeah, but do you feel like people are going to be influenced by this whole thing now? Because I think, like, that's what people assume. Like, what they see their favorite celebs doing something, then they do it, and it's like, no, you guys aren't Stormzy Maya. Like, come on,
I think if you're
a
a sheep, I think it will just clearly show who's a sheep. I think if you was gonna get back with your ex, you was always gonna get back with your ex. Do you know what I mean? Don't now just use this one example to get back with your ex. Like, at least have thought and reasoning and work and growth, like your favorite celebs have.